Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guest today is Kayla Mitchell. She is Miss Troy University. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you.
And you're here as Miss Troy University, but you're here also to talk about hearts. And tell us a little bit why you are here talking about hearts and heart health.
Well, as you may have noticed, I'm wearing red, and that's because this is American Heart Month. My platform for Miss Alabama is preventing heart disease, and it's something that's close to my heart because my family has been afflicted by heart disease, and I want to educate people and inform them on ways that they can reduce their risk of developing heart disease.
And the platform is a major part of this, of the getting ready for Miss Alabama and eventually Miss America. And so how, I guess, easy, you mentioned there that affects you, but how easy was it for you to determine this is what I want my platform to be?
It was almost instantaneous. I knew that this was something I cared about and I want other people to care about because it affects 1 in 3 people, and so many millions of people will die from it this year because it is the leading cause of death in the United States.
And the statistics out there, obviously, and no one's going to say that you're a doctor, obviously, but there's a lot of information. I know you've probably educated yourself on this. So what all have you learned? Maybe what are some of the things that have surprised you in educating people about heart disease?
Well, the heart is a muscle and it pumps blood throughout our entire body. And so if our heart is affected, then our entire body will, start to shut down. And so there are a number of things that can affect the heart, including high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, and we just want to make sure that we keep these numbers low and that we exercise and have an adequate intake of nutritious foods so that we can take care of our heart.
And there's a lot of opportunities that a lot of people may not realize how simple it is to take care of your heart. What kind of things have you learned so far in promoting your platform that might be easy ways for people to maybe take care of themselves?
Well, on a daily basis, I've tried to lower my intake of sugary drinks, lowered my sodium intake, and you'd be surprised how big of an impact. I can already tell I feel healthier and I have more energy. And next Thursday, there's actually going to be an opportunity for people to maintain their heart health at the Heart Walk. It's going to be at Troy Parks and Recreation, February 28th from 5 to 7. And I'm super excited because I'm going to be there and I'm going to be walking around the track to advocate and raise awareness for heart disease.
And that's a big event, and there's a lot of participation in the community in that, including some Troy University students that take part in that as well, including yourself.
Yes.
But this kind of advocation and outreach, is this the sort of thing that you think may help people someday avoid that fatal heart attack or something that may take them down?
Absolutely. I think that education is the first step in taking action. And I know that I myself, just from reading up on it, I've learned so many things within the past few months, and I know that other people will learn from it just by me being out there and me advocating for this.
Well, let me ask you this. You say you've taken some steps to change your diet and your way of life. A lot of people think heart disease and they're thinking older people, and that it's only going to affect older people, but you've already made some changes already. Is this something that young people should be thinking about? Obviously, because eventually they're going to get older, right?
Yes.
So
it's absolutely something that young people should be thinking about. I know that at this age, we're developing lifestyles that we'll carry with us until we are, at the age that you see a lot of people, have heart attacks and suffer from cardiovascular disease. And so now's the time to be taking action. Take care of your health, exercise, maintain a healthy diet, and it'll benefit you in the end. And
in addition to what we're doing here and participating in the Heart Walk, what are some of the other things that you've been doing to try to advocate for heart health? Some of the other activities and things that, or maybe some things you have in the future planned to try to help spread this message in the community?
Well, in the future, I plan to be active on campus, and I've started to get the ball rolling on some programs here at Troy University to educate students, and I've taken a really big role in updating social media and keeping all of my platforms just where everyone can see and easily access information.
And obviously, it's kind of it's a serious deal, obviously, but something that students probably should pay a little more attention to, especially as they get a little bit more healthy and just see some opportunities. But obviously, anybody out there who's thinking about helping, being a part of it, you mentioned earlier there's a chance next week to get involved. Tell us a little more details about the Heart Walk if anybody out there wants to get involved with the Heart Walk.
Well, next Thursday, February 28th, Pike County is having their annual Heart Walk, and this is an event where you get to walk around the track, and obviously this is going to be a good, fun way to exercise, and there are going to be educational booths set up, pamphlets that you can read, and I know I've gone for the past 2 years, and I always enjoy it, and seeing people who have heart disease and just hearing their stories and how they've changed their lifestyle now, it's really life-changing.
And an opportunity to get involved, and you said it's going to be at the rec center. What time is that supposed to get started there?
5 to 7, we'll be walking around the track.
All right, well, here's hoping some folks take advantage of that, and if you see Miss Troy out there talking about heart health, maybe give her a listen. Maybe she'll do something to help save your life. Thanks for joining us here today. So thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.